Most fights don't start with big issues. They start because we do not know our temperament. And on today's program, The Book with Susie, we are opening the book, Know Your Temperament. I must say this book, as you will hear from the author, is written to demystify temperament and to help the common man see his strengths, his weaknesses, and the bright side in the people around him. Because when we understand temperament, fear turns to forgiveness and hatred turns to peace. Have you ever wondered why I do react like this? Or why can't we not just get along? This conversation is for you, ladies and gentlemen, watching this program, The Book with Susie. You're welcome once again. Now, let's open the book with the author who is present in the studio, Apostle John Numbe. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Lady Susie, with all your millions of viewers.
Okay. I know that you left Boya this morning to be present today on this show. How was your trip like?
It was a smooth one, especially that the driver was skillful and there was no quarrel in the bus.
And even if there was a quarrel, definitely you would have known how to master the situation, right?
Exactly, because the book Know Your Temperament is an answer to many of such situations. Last Sunday, I was in the car when it was raining heavily, and I saw a serious quarrel and fight between two bike people. And that was me jumping under the rain without even a shelter, just to make sure that I apply what the book says.
Okay, thank you. You must have heard that we are talking here about temperament. Now, what broke your heart and made you to write Know Your Temperament?
I have a privilege to pastor pastors and to pastor many other young people and different categories of people in the community as a president of Reconciliation Ministry.
Okay.
And then maybe even in my family, because we are a quite large family. Okay. So some of the quarrel and division and crisis I've witnessed at interpersonal level. Let's not yet go to the macro level, which is the national level. Let's begin with the interpersonal level. Brother, sister, husband, wife, counseling a member of the church who had a fight with the wife. It's just boiled down to one thing. People don't understand each other, or not even so. People don't know each other. They don't know God created us different. And that is where the principle of identifying the four classes of temperament comes in.
Okay, we are definitely going to look at those four classes, okay? You know, for many people, temperament, sounds like a big grammar. In the simplest way, how will you explain temperament, to that woman who is watching us in that market, or that bike rider, or even that student who is glued to the screen right now?
Susie, temperament is the traits, the person, how he was born naturally. Okay. The things he likes, the things he dislikes. The kind of career he can like, the kind of career he will not be able to do. The food he eats, temperament even describe what kind of food the people like to eat and how they drive, their driving habits. So temperament is that whole of a person nature. Some other person, for those of us who are familiar with the Bible, they will say your natural man. Okay. In the book of Romans chapter 7. The natural man, Paul talk about it. And he said he himself was warring with himself. He knows in his mind this is a good thing to do, and he's attempting to do it, and it's not going. And then he realizes that what he does not want to do, he finds himself doing it. So the natural man, the flesh, and any other thing that makes a man, the animal side of man.
Okay. That's well defined. I guess that you did get something out of his explanation. Well, we are going to be finding out the 4 temperaments that exist, okay? Just after we must have taken the forward of this program. And we are glad to have Tanjong, Eno Tanjong on this beat. So he's giving his own contribution as far as Know Your Temperament is concerned. Let's watch.
We live in a society plagued with conflict, misunderstanding, and division. Many of these challenges stem from our failure to understand ourselves and the unique ways in which we relate to others. In other words, many of us remain unaware of our temperament. In this book, Reverend John Numbe seeks to demystify the concept of temperament and skillfully guide readers on a journey of self-discovery. He demonstrates that a proper understanding of one's temperament not only promotes personal growth, but also enhances relationships, encourages tolerance, and fosters peaceful coexistence. By helping readers appreciate both their own temperament and those of others, this book offers practical insights for resolving conflict and building healthier families in our workplace and our communities. Therefore, I wholeheartedly recommend this book to readers from all walks of life and all those who are seeking a proper or a deeper understanding of themselves and others. Thank you.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the book with Susie, and of course we are glad to have Apostle John Numbe in the studio with his book. This is, I must say, it's a very recent publication, Know Your Temperament. Before we went on that break, we talked about 4 different temperaments that exist. Can you try to give us the characteristics of these different temperaments? I mean here, the character traits.
You know, so many people have different way to approach the types of temperament. Okay. But in my book, I found the classification of hypocrites, a Greek philosopher, 400 years before Christ, more accurate. And that is exactly what is applicable whenever you hear the term temperament from a contemporary author, you know. And he differentiated 4 types of people. Okay. And he said he has noticed the lively sanguine. Okay. I like the way he puts it, lively. That means the types of people that are very jovial. Okay. Somebody say the man of the people. Okay. All right. But has his own flaws, no doubt. Okay. He differentiated the active choleric. Okay. It's those people that are really given to activity and create and development. And then he differentiated the black melancholic. If you're melancholic and you know something about it, don't feel victimized. The black is just a term that hypocrites used, but it actually defines how the type of person is very legalistic. He takes his stand and it's difficult to shake him from that stand. And then he differentiated, lastly, the slow phlegmatic. Okay. Those fellows that take their time, and there's always like time and age is nothing for them. But they're also a good set of people, because if everybody was a choleric, then we will not have someone to lead.
Okay. So now I just want to find out, this is a personal thing. Where do you classify yourself?
I believe that this is taking me into my own private life. I think some people that are watching now, they can make their own perception after the explanation, and then be the one to tell me.
I don't think so, because I think, when I was discussing about the program of today to a friend, and he was like, okay, which book are you treating this day? I said, Know Your Temperament. And he says, Susan, do you know your own temperament? I was able to know where I fit in.
Wow.
So do you mean to tell me that you don't know where you fit in?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
It is a good suspense to our viewers
to
be able to read from within the lines and then maybe use me as an experiment to begin to try that at home and probably see the need to rush for their copy of the book.
But if you ask me, I will tell you that I'm a sanguine.
Oh, I see the broad smile, the lovely, welcoming, nice. You see, the sanguine is the kind of person that everybody will want to be around.
Yeah.
Because they care, they feel for everybody. They even sacrifice their last penny, their last franc to take care of those that are suffering.
The love, exactly. Okay. Did you relate with what he's just said? I'm very sure that you did. Temperament, is it inborn? Is it something we acquire with time, or it is inborn?
Susie, there are three key words here.
Yeah, okay.
Temperament is the inborn trait. It is somewhere what God created you to be. It is natural.
Okay.
So you are born a sanguine. You don't become one. You are born a choleric. You don't become one. But now, there are other attitudes and experiments in life, like there's education you go through, like the culture you have, home education you receive, training you receive, maybe formal training, informal training. All of that shapes the negative side of your temperament and gives you a more responsible view of life. And that becomes what we call your character. Now, sometimes people are quick to use the words, this woman has a very bad character.
Yes.
But they are not actually looking at it in the context of what character is. Because the truth is, character is not inborn. Any bad character can be changed.
And it's equally different from personality, I guess.
That is a third word that looks like. Personality now, it is the outer view. It is what someone decides to portray. I have seen people who drive very luxurious car, and because there was a hold up in the traffic and they were not happy about some other person that was jesting in front of them, they came out of the car, forgot they were wearing a nice suit, and picked the person for a fight under the rain. So at first view, you will say this man is of high personality. He can't do this kind of mean thing. But because the personality is an outside view, outward view, the person still has his character. I mean, his temperament inside, weakness. If he does not stay composed when there is an issue, then it will mean that whatever he portrayed was a hypocritical aspect of the real him. So the actual challenge is know your temperament, work on your weaknesses to develop a good character, and put up a positive, good personality that reflects the real you.
Okay, that's wonderful. I just like what you explained. Okay, well, we are going to continue in a short while, because at this point in time we need to have our vox pop. Okay, we took this question down to the streets of Yaoundé. What do you do when someone offends you? Do you forgive quickly, keep it in your heart, or plan for revenge? Okay, let's get your reaction, and we shall be right back.
I will not forgive you, seriously, because someone should not be thinking that after doing evil things, maybe against me, immediately I'll forgive you. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to take some time, even years. Because right now, as I'm talking to you, there's somebody that I have here that I can forget or even to forgive. I know maybe Some people may think I'm mad or what. No, I'm really serious. I also say what someone told me one day: God forgives, but I don't forgive. But as a human being, I have to forgive, but I cannot forget.
When someone offends me, I actually forgive, though it's very difficult with respect to the case and the issue. But I forgive because I like my peace of mind. I don't want to have issues, especially with myself. My peace of mind is very, very, very important. My mental health is very important. That's why I seek forgiveness over every matter.
I feel like it depends on what the person did. There are some crimes that someone will commit against you, and your whole heart will be filled with revenge. But personally, I don't think I keep people in my mind.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're tuned to CRTV News, and of course you're watching the book with Susie, and my guest today is Apostle John Numbe. Now, what can influence, your temperament? I suppose the Holy Spirit can.
Yes, I will begin with the two social factors.
Okay.
The two managerial factors are socialization and behavior modification. Now, behavior modification simply means you are put under a circumstance that you must just change.
Okay.
Sometime, for instance, you go to the market, out of your choleric tendencies, you slap a young man because he bruised your foot with his bike, and then he doesn't care your age, he jumps off his bike, and he slaps you twice. At that moment, you begin to deal with the shame than thinking about what the boy did to you.
Okay.
So the shame makes you adjust.
Okay.
That next time, if I do that again to a young man, he's going to give me a public disgrace.
Okay.
So that is a kind of behavior modification in a forceful way, The third way, which is purely spiritual and which is capital because you began there, is in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 26.
Yeah.
It says that we do not know what to pray. It is the Holy Spirit that helps us in our weaknesses. The word weakness, surface. The weakness of each temperament. In other words, there is a God factor that every human being needs in order to work on his weaknesses. So God knows we have weaknesses, but God has also made available the Holy Spirit for those who actually accept Jesus to now receive the Holy Spirit that will help you in your weaknesses, where you were bubbling of anger, you can't forgive, like the melancholy that will not forgive till their age comes.
Okay.
The Holy Spirit will massage that ego small and give you some peace, and you'll be able to know that every good thing comes from God. So you don't fight to aim, you submit to receive.
Okay. When you see the bright side in others, forgiveness comes easy.
Very true.
Okay.
When you see the bright side of others, you see, I actually wrote the objective in page 14. The page 14 says, this book is to help people discover their own temperament, beginning with yourself, not trying to see the evil in others. See yourself first as far as the temperament is concerned. Buy the book and see yourself. I think it's a workbook. Then see the temperament of your spouse, for those who are married, because that is where love has turned into hatred, bitterness, anger, all the time, battery and fight, and we end in court, and sometimes some people end in the mortuary, unfortunately. Know the temperament of your children.
Yes.
Because you may give some responsibility, you will know who can handle what responsibility.
Exactly.
If you want a party and you have a child who is a very good sanguine, entrust the responsibility to that sanguine. She is going to bring you 1,001 ideas and make it beautiful. The sanguine, when he's in the party, there's life.
Okay.
But if you want to keep a secret about the family, don't trust the sanguine.
Okay.
Yes, because all the neighbors will know. Even the school will
And
echo
you
it.
trust?
It is it. Get to a child that is a melancholic. Those ones will keep it, bury it, grow with it, and even ask you sometime if
it was
there
possible
is a correction and a modification on your will, if you wish.
It's important you get yourself a copy of this book and learn those things, because in knowing them, you're definitely going to build a peaceful home.
Beautiful.
You're going to build a loving
home of tolerance.
Exactly, and you build up children who are going to eventually be good leaders.
I know, Susie,
in
failure
future.
to understand this, parents always compare their children. And then some children grow up with that bitterness and anger and hatred with their parents, because you are comparing a child who is phlegmatic with a quick child who is choleric, who naturally has a drive, has a fearless spirit. And then the phlegmatic cannot, even though he tries, to do what the choleric will do. And as he keeps failing, he will just consider himself a failure and grow up with a stigma and will never forgive the parents.
Yeah, very true. Okay, time for us to take on the shelf, and we continue to have our resource person, Mabel Fonchan. We are finding out from you, Mabel, what should library, schools and professional training programs be doing to prepare librarians for an AI-driven world?
I think that more and more artificial intelligence should be integrated into the different aspects of training. Is it models on cataloging, metadata creation, whatever? It should be integrated in each of these steps. It will make the flow easier, and when professionals get to the field, they'll easily adapt to the changes that are taking place. These days, even, I'm seeing more librarians like myself getting involved in data analytics. These are things that we probably didn't do at the time. But in the AI-driven world and everything, you have to work with data, work with information, and we are getting trained. So by the time training institutions are admitting students, they should make sure that they review their curriculum to include some of these aspects.
You're welcome back, and of course it's going to be a wrap in a short while. How does knowing our temperaments, help us live in our society? Can you give us one practical step a family can take this week to stop a cycle of quarrels and choose peace instead?
Simple. The father and the mother and the children form a family. Though we also have families most families are single mothers families. However, the family is formed where there are two people. The Bible says two cannot work together except they agree. So they have to get to know themselves by talking.
Communication
talking
essential.
And communication
which is essential.
Essential.
There is still more in the book that you will want to know. So he is inviting you to get a copy and, of course, read. And if one has to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Can get to 677-419148.
Okay.
And you can equally get a copy of the book from any of the Reconciliation Ministry churches in Boya, in Douala, in Konsamba. You can equally get it from Revival Book Center. It is in Yaoundé at Biemasi. It is in Boya at My 17 Park.
Okay, and how much does it cost? Because viewers would like to know.
Just 1,500 francs, an equivalent of $3.
Fear, hatred, and revenge, grow in the dark of ignorance, someone said. And of course, don't be ignorant, okay? Get yourself this material, and of course, know your temperament, because it's definitely going to help your family and the community at large. Thank you for coming.
The pleasure is mine, and to all our viewers and to the team, the production team with Susie.
Okay, thank you for watching this edition of the book with Susie. Keep reading, keep inspiring others. Most especially, read Know Your Temperament, which will help you know yourself, know others, and live in peace. Thank you, and do have a blessed day. Bye.